Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Collections, where we uncover the hidden treasures of numismatics, bringing you all the juicy details about rare and valuable coins. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that might be sitting in your collection, or even in your loose change, that could be worth way more than you think. We're talking about the United States $quarter from 1994, with a specific mint mark that has collectors buzzing. If you thought quarters were just pocket change, think again. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much this quarter could be worth, and it's not a small sum. The US $quarter, or simply the quarter, is one of the most recognizable coins in American currency. First introduced in 1796, the quarter has been in continuous circulation ever since, and it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. But when it comes to the 1994 quarter, there's more than meets the eye. The year 1994 is significant in American history, not just because of the coin's design, but also because of the economic climate. The early 90s saw a period of recovery following the recession of the late 80s and early 90s. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing a wide array of coins, including the quarters for circulation. While most of the 1994 quarters are still worth just 25 cents, certain varieties have become highly sought after due to their rarity and minting anomalies. Let's take a moment to appreciate the design of the 1994 quarter, which was part of the larger Washington quarter series. The obverse, front, of the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. Washington, the first president of the United States, has appeared on the quarter since 1932, and his dignified image is a staple of American coinage. On the reverse of the 1994 quarter, you'll see an image of a heraldic eagle, designed by John Sinek. This design symbolizes strength and freedom, two values deeply tied to the American identity. It's simple, elegant, and has stood the test of time. But while the design of the quarter has remained relatively unchanged, what's truly intriguing for collectors is the mint mark and some unique features that can make a particular 1994 quarter stand out from the rest. The mint mark is crucial for understanding the value of the coin. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced quarters at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each facility used a different mint mark to identify the place of production. Most quarters you find in circulation will either have a D for Denver or no mint mark at all, indicating they were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. However, one key factor that many collectors overlook is the proof quarter minted in San Francisco. Proof coins are specially struck coins produced for collectors, and they're often of a much higher quality than coins intended for circulation. These proof coins are minted with extra care, using specially polished dies, and often have a much shinier, more mirror-like finish. A 1994 San Francisco proof quarter with the S mint mark is where things start to get interesting for collectors. Proof coins like these were made in limited quantities, and most of them were carefully stored by collectors or the mint itself. But over time, some of these coins were accidentally released into circulation, making them extremely rare and highly desirable. Speaking of rare coins, some 1994 quarters were struck with minting errors. These errors happen during the production process, and while some might be very subtle, others can be very obvious. For example, some quarters were minted with double die errors, where the design is imprinted onto the coin multiple times. Other errors include off-center strikes or misaligned dies. For collectors, these errors are gold mines, as they make the coin more unique and increase its rarity. If you happen to have a 1994 quarter with one of these minting errors, you're sitting on a highly valuable piece of numismatic history. Now, one of the most important factors in determining the value of any coin is its condition, specifically, its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. The vast majority of 1,994 quarters in circulation are in average condition, showing wear and tear from daily handling. However, a quarter in mint state, one that's been kept in excellent condition with little to no wear, will always fetch a much higher price on the market. Collectors are always looking for coins in pristine condition, as they're rarer and much more desirable than worn-out coins. The 1994 quarter, particularly the proof coins and error coins, is no exception. Here's where the excitement really starts. You're probably wondering, just how much is a 1994 quarter worth? Well, in general, most regular circulation 1994 quarters are worth exactly 25 cents, nothing special. But when it comes to those rare proof coins from San Francisco or coins with notable minting errors, the value skyrockets. If you have a 1994's proof quarter in pristine condition or one of the rare mint errors, its value can easily reach several $100s. But if you've got a 1994 quarter with a significant minting error or one in perfect, uncirculated condition, it could be worth a lot more. And now, the big reveal, drumroll, please. If you're lucky enough to have a 1994 quarter with a unique minting error or in perfect uncirculated condition, it could be worth a staggering $45,000, yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a single 1994 quarter. It's incredible to think that something so small could hold so much value. So, next time you find a 1994 quarter, take a closer look. Check for any mint marks, errors, or signs of exceptional condition. It could be the coin that makes your collection, or your wallet, very happy. Today, we're about to unlock the secrets of a US quarter that could be sitting in your pocket right now, and it's worth a lot more than just 25 cents. Yes, I'm talking about the United States quarter dollar from 1980, specifically those with a certain mint mark that has collectors buzzing. If you thought quarters were just pocket change, think again, this one could be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, grab a seat, and stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much this quarter is worth today. Let's jump right into it. The US quarter has a long and rich history. First introduced in 1796, it has been an essential part of American currency ever since. By 1980, the quarter had already undergone several changes in design, but it was still widely used in daily transactions. What makes the 1980 quarter particularly interesting is that it was minted during a unique period in American history. In 1980, the United States was facing an economic downturn. The country was dealing with the effects of high inflation, and the Federal Reserve was making efforts to stabilize the economy. This period marked a pivotal point in American financial history, and the coins minted during these years carry with them a story of economic change and resilience. Now, although the 1980 quarter was minted in large quantities, some versions of this coin have become incredibly rare and valuable, primarily due to minting anomalies and the condition of the coins that were produced. You see, coins that were in circulation often get worn down or damaged, but there are those rare exceptions, the ones that were either well preserved or produced with unique characteristics, that can fetch collectors' attention and big money. The design of the 1980 quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, which first debuted in 1932. On the obverse, front, of the coin, you'll find the familiar and iconic portrait of George Washington. This image, designed by John Flanagan, has been the face of the quarter for nearly 90 years by 1980, and it continues to appear on the coin today. On the reverse of the 1980 quarter, you'll see an eagle with outstretched wings, holding an olive branch and arrows in its talons. This symbol, designed by John Sinek, represents strength, freedom, and peace, and it has been a staple of U.S. coinage for decades. The reverse side design also features the inscription United States of America, and the coin's denomination, quarter dollar. This coin is beautiful in its simplicity, yet for collectors, it's what's underneath the surface that makes it so intriguing. Let's talk about that mint mark. The mint mark is one of the most crucial factors when it comes to determining a coin's rarity and value. In 1980, quarters were minted in 3 facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia minted quarters typically have no mint mark at all. Denver minted quarters have a D mint mark. San Francisco minted quarters, which were produced in limited numbers and intended for collectors, carry an S mint mark. Now, while most of the 1980 quarters that you come across will have a D or no mint mark, the latter being from the Philadelphia Mint, San Francisco minted quarters from this year, particularly the proof quarters, have become incredibly valuable for collectors. These special proof coins were struck with more precision than the regular circulation coins, giving them a much finer finish. Proof coins often have a mirrored surface and raised designs, making them perfect for collectors who want the highest quality pieces. While mint marks are important, the real magic lies in the rare variants and minting errors. These are the kinds of imperfections that make certain 1980 quarters even more sought after, and much more valuable. Minting errors can occur at any stage of the production process. For example, some 1980 quarters were struck off-center, meaning the design wasn't properly aligned with the edge of the coin. Other errors include doubled die coins, where the design was struck multiple times, creating a doubled image that's particularly noticeable on the lettering and numbers. Then, there are the clash die errors, where the dies used to stamp the coin have unintentionally made contact with each other, leaving strange and unusual markings on the coin. These types of errors are incredibly rare and make the quarter extremely unique and desirable for collectors. If you happen to find a 1980 quarter with one of these errors, it could be worth a significant amount more than a standard coin. Another major factor in determining a coin's value is its condition, also known as its grade. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. The majority of 1980 quarters you encounter will be worn from circulation, meaning they will fall into a lower grade. However, if you're lucky enough to find a 1980 quarter that's in mint state, meaning it has no signs of wear, scratches, or other imperfections, then you've found yourself a real gem. Uncirculated coins in excellent condition can dramatically increase in value, especially if they have the right mint mark or an error that makes them unique. So, how much is a 1980 quarter worth? Well, the vast majority of these coins are still worth face value, just 25 cents, if they've been used in circulation. However, the story changes dramatically for those with rare mint marks, unique variants, or minting errors. A 1980s proof quarter in perfect, uncirculated condition could easily fetch several $100s. If the coin has a rare error or is in an exceptional grade, its value could soar even higher. But wait, it gets even better. If you happen to have a 1980 quarter with a significant minting error, or one that is in near-perfect condition, it could be worth a staggering $49,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $49,000 for a single 1980 quarter. Who knew that a simple 25-cent coin could hold such immense value? So, the next time you dig through your pocket change or pull out a coin collection, take a second to inspect your 1980 quarters. You might just be holding onto a small fortune. Today, we've got an exciting one for you, the 1991 United States quarter dollar. At first glance, it might seem like just another quarter, but trust me, this little coin could be worth way more than you think. If you've ever wondered whether your pocket change has the potential to make you a small fortune, you're in the right place. Stick around until the end because you won't believe how much a 1991 quarter could actually be worth today. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's get into it. Let's start with a little history. The 1991 quarter is part of the long-standing Washington quarter series, which has been in circulation since 1932. For most people, the 1991 quarter may seem like just another standard coin, featuring the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, the front, and an eagle on the reverse. But what makes this quarter so special for collectors? Well, the 1990s were a transitional time for U.S. currency. The U.S. Mint was producing large quantities of coins as the country was in the midst of significant economic growth, right before the internet and tech boom. The early 90s were also marked by economic recovery after the 1980s recession. Despite all of that, the 1991 quarter remained a relatively overlooked coin, until collectors realized just how scarce some of these coins are in pristine condition, and how valuable they could be. Now, while most of these quarters are found in circulation today, some were produced in limited quantities or struck with errors, making them rare and highly coveted by collectors. These rare variants of the 1991 quarter are the ones that can fetch serious money at auction. Like most quarters from the 20th century, the 1991 Washington quarter features the same iconic design. The obverse, front, shows the profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Washington, the first president of the United States, has been the face of the quarter since 1932, and he continues to grace the coin today. On the reverse of the 1991 quarter, you'll see the heraldic eagle, designed by John Sinek, holding an olive branch and arrows in its talons. The eagle is a symbol of American strength and freedom, and this particular design has become a hallmark of U.S. coinage. At first glance, this design might seem standard, but there's much more to these quarters than meets the eye. Let's talk about how the mint mark and certain rare variants are the key factors that can significantly boost their value. When it comes to collecting U.S. coins, the mint mark is everything. In 1991, quarters were produced in 3 different U.S. mint facilities. Philadelphia, no mint mark at all, which typically indicates that the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint. Denver, D. Mint mark, which means the coin was struck in Denver. San Francisco, a S. Mint mark, which signifies that the coin was struck in San Francisco and was often made for collectors in proof quality. Now, the vast majority of the 1991 quarters you'll come across will either be from Philadelphia or Denver, but there's one particular mint mark you want to keep an eye out for: the San Francisco proof coins. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and are produced with a higher quality finish than regular coins. They're polished multiple times and typically have a mirrored surface and deeply frosted details that set them apart from normal circulation coins. San Francisco proof coins from 1991, especially those in mint condition, are significantly more valuable than those minted in Philadelphia or Denver. But that's not all. Proof coins that were accidentally released into circulation are incredibly rare, and they're worth much more than their face value. We're talking about serious collector's items here. In addition to mint marks, minting errors are another key reason why some 1991 quarters are worth a small fortune. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, and these mistakes can make a coin extremely valuable. Some of the most common errors that occur on 1991 quarters include off-center strikes. When the coin is not properly aligned with the dies, the design ends up being struck off-center, resulting in a coin with a distorted appearance. Double die errors. This happens when the design is struck more than once, resulting in doubled images on the coin. The lettering or dates can often appear thick or even duplicated. Clash die errors. When the dies, the tools used to stamp the design onto the coin, accidentally strike each other, they can leave strange marks on the coin. These can be particularly interesting to collectors, as no two are alike. If you happen to find a 1991 quarter with any of these rare errors or in exceptional uncirculated condition, then you could be holding onto a highly valuable coin. When it comes to determining the value of any coin, one of the most important factors is its grade. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade, meaning the coin is in perfect, uncirculated condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. For the 1991 quarter, most coins you'll find in circulation will be worn and may only be graded around a circulated condition, meaning they won't fetch much more than face value. However, coins that are graded MS65 or higher, mint state 65 and above, are rare and can command much higher prices. The highest grades, especially when paired with proof quality or error coins, make the 1991 quarter one of the most collectible coins of the 1990s. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is a 1991 quarter really worth? Well, the answer isn't as simple as you might think, because it depends on the mint mark, the condition, and any rare features like minting errors. In general, a regular 1991 quarter in average circulated condition is still only worth 25 cents. However, if you happen to come across a proof coin with the S mint mark or one with a significant minting error, then you could be sitting on a much more valuable coin. Some 1991 proof quarters in uncirculated condition can go for hundreds of dollars, while those with major minting errors can see their value skyrocket into the thousands. But the real jackpot comes if you have an exceptionally rare proof coin with an error or a coin in pristine condition. If you have the right combination of mint mark, condition, and rarity, a 1991 quarter can be worth a whopping $54,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $54,000 for a single 1991 quarter. It's amazing to think that such a small coin, often overlooked in your change jar, can hold so much value. So, the next time you're digging through your coins, take a moment to check for those proof coins, rare minting errors, or high-grade specimens. You could be holding onto a small fortune. Today, we're diving into a coin that could be hiding in your collection or perhaps even your pocket change, and it might just be worth a small fortune. I'm talking about the 1989 United States quarter dollar. If you've ever wondered whether your loose change could make you rich, you'll want to stick around for this one. There's a lot more to this quarter than you might think, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why a 1989 quarter could be worth a jaw-dropping amount of money. Trust me, you're going to want to hear about this, so grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. To understand the significance of the 1989 quarter, let's first take a quick look at the historical context. The Washington Quarter series has been in circulation since 1932, and by 1989, it was a long-standing, iconic part of U.S. coinage. But unlike other years, the 1989 quarter holds a special place in the world of collectors. In the late 1980s, the United States was experiencing economic growth after the 1980s recession. The country was recovering, inflation was stabilizing, and the economy was beginning to flourish once again. By 1989, coin production was in full swing, with millions of quarters being produced to meet the demand for currency in daily transactions. However, not all of these quarters were created equal. Some were struck with exceptional precision, others with minting errors, and a select few became highly coveted by numismatists. While the vast majority of 1989 quarters are still in circulation today and are worth just 25 cents, there are some rare mint marks and special variants that have collectors eagerly searching for them. These variants are the key to unlocking the real value of this quarter. Let's take a look at the design of the 1989 quarter. The obverse, front, of the coin features the profile of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan in 1932, Washington has been the face of the quarter for over 80 years. By 1989. His dignified portrait is one of the most recognizable symbols of American coinage. On the reverse of the quarter, we have the iconic heraldic eagle, designed by John Sinek, with outstretched wings, clutching an olive branch and arrows. This design has symbolized strength, freedom, and peace since its inception, and it's one of the most enduring images in U.S. coinage history. But here's where it gets interesting: it's not the design itself that makes the 1989 quarter valuable. It's the mint mark and the rarity of certain versions of this coin that can make it worth a lot more than just 25 cents. Let's dive into that now. Mint marks are crucial when it comes to determining the rarity and value of a coin. The U.S. Mint produces coins in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each location uses a distinct mint mark to indicate where the coin was struck. In 1989, quarters were minted at all three locations. Philadelphia. Quarters minted here have no mint mark at all, indicating they were struck in Philadelphia. Denver. Quarters minted in Denver carry the D mint mark. San Francisco. The S mint mark indicates that the quarter was struck in San Francisco, often as part of a special proof set. Here's the catch: most 1989 quarters you'll find in circulation are either from the Philadelphia or Denver mints, and while those quarters might still hold some interest for collectors, the real gold mine lies in the San Francisco minted quarters, particularly proof coins. These coins were produced in limited quantities for collectors and have a much higher level of detail and finish compared to standard circulation coins. Proof coins are struck multiple times with specially polished dies, which results in a sharp, mirror-like finish with deeply frosted details. This is a key characteristic that makes proof coins far more valuable than regular coins. But here's where things get really exciting: some 1989 proof quarters were accidentally released into circulation, which makes them incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about some of the minting errors and variants that can make the 1989 quarter even more valuable. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, and when that happens, it can lead to coins that are highly unusual and prized by collectors. Here are some of the most notable types of minting errors that can be found on 1989 quarters. Off-center strikes. Sometimes, the coin is not properly aligned during the striking process. And the result is a coin with a distorted design that's shifted to one side. These off-center quarters are quite rare and can be worth significantly more than their face value. Double die errors. This occurs when the design is struck more than once, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. This usually happens on the letters, numbers, or other elements of the design, and it makes the coin look blurry or thickened. A double die error on a 1989 quarter can greatly increase its value. Clash die errors. This happens when the dies that stamp the coins make contact with each other, leaving an imprint of the opposing die's design on the coin. These types of errors are highly prized by collectors because they make each coin unique. These minting errors are rare, and when combined with a high-quality coin, they can skyrocket the coin's value. Now that you understand the importance of mint marks and errors, let's talk about grading, because condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade, indicating a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins in mint state, MS, are in excellent condition, showing little to no signs of wear or damage. For a 1989 quarter to be worth a substantial amount, it needs to be in uncirculated or high-grade condition, ideally graded MS65 or higher. So, how much can a 1989 quarter actually be worth? If you have a standard circulation 1989 quarter from Philadelphia or Denver, it's likely worth only its face value, 25 cents. However, when it comes to proof coins minted in San Francisco, especially those in excellent condition or with unique minting errors, the value can climb significantly. A 1989 proof quarter in mint condition can be worth a few $100s. But when you're dealing with rare error coins, off-center strikes, or double die coins, the price can go even higher. And now, here's the big reveal. If you have one of the rarest 1989 quarters, whether it's a proof coin in near-perfect condition, or a quarter with a unique minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth $59,000. That's right, you could have a $59,000 quarter on your hands. It's amazing to think that something as small as a quarter can be worth such an incredible amount of money. So, if you have a 1989 quarter in your collection, or if you come across one in your change, make sure to check it carefully. The mint mark, the condition, and any potential minting errors could mean that you're holding onto something really special. Today, we've got a truly exciting coin to talk about, the 1977 United States quarter dollar. It may seem like just another quarter at first glance, but trust me, this coin holds far more value than you might think. Have you ever wondered if that old quarter lying around could be worth a small fortune? Well, it turns out that the 1977 quarter just might be one of those hidden gems that you don't want to overlook. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own collection, and I'm sure you'll be amazed at how much one of these quarters could be worth today. So, sit back, relax, and let's get into the fascinating world of the 1977 quarter dollar. First, let's take a quick trip back in time to 1977. The United States was in the midst of a unique era. The 1970s were a time of cultural shifts, political changes, and significant economic challenges. After the turbulence of the late 60s and early 70s, the country was settling into a new rhythm. The economy was recovering from the oil crisis and inflation, and many people were finding ways to adapt to the changing times. For coin collectors, 1977 marked an interesting year for U.S. currency. The Washington Quarter Series, which had been in circulation since 1932, was still going strong, featuring the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, the front, and a heraldic eagle on the reverse, the back. These coins were primarily used for everyday transactions and were produced in large numbers. However, not all 1977 quarters are created equal. Some coins from this year are far rarer than others, and the mint marks are key to unlocking their value. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1977 quarter. On the obverse, we see the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Washington has graced the quarter since 1932, and his presence on U.S. currency symbolizes leadership, strength, and freedom. On the reverse side, the coin features the heraldic eagle, holding an olive branch and arrows. This design, created by John Sinek, has been used on the Washington Quarter series for decades. The eagle is a classic symbol of American pride and strength, making this quarter an enduring representation of U.S. ideals. But here's the twist: although these designs are common on many quarters, it's the mint mark and specific variants that determine just how much a 1977 quarter could be worth. So, let's talk about that mint mark and the different types of 1977 quarters you should keep an eye out for. If you're familiar with U.S. coinage, you know that the mint mark is a crucial detail when determining a coin's value. The U.S. Mint produces coins in multiple locations, and each mint has its own distinctive mint mark. The most common mint marks for the 1977 quarter are Philadelphia. Quarters minted here don't have a mint mark, which means these were struck in Philadelphia. These are usually the most common and least valuable quarters from 1977. Denver. Quarters minted in Denver have the D mint mark. These are a bit less common than the Philadelphia ones, but they're still not exceptionally rare. San Francisco. The S mint mark represents coins struck in San Francisco. While these quarters were produced primarily for proof sets, some of them were accidentally released into circulation. These proof coins were struck with higher precision and quality, giving them a superior finish and making them much more valuable to collectors. The most valuable 1977 quarters are the San Francisco proof coins and error coins from that year. Let's dive into why these coins are so special and what sets them apart. Proof coins are struck using special dies and multiple strikes, which gives them a mirror-like finish with crisp details. These coins are produced in limited quantities and were originally meant for collectors. The 1977 S-proof quarter is highly sought after, and collectors prize it for its exceptional quality and aesthetic appeal. But here's the real kicker: some of these proof coins accidentally made their way into circulation, and when that happens, the rarity and value go through the roof. If you have a 1977 quarter with a proof quality finish and it somehow ended up in circulation, you could have a truly rare and valuable coin. These quarters can command a premium price, sometimes much higher than standard minted quarters from the same year. On top of that, minting errors are another factor that make some of these coins incredibly valuable. Some of the most common errors found on 1977 quarters include off-center strikes. When a coin isn't properly aligned during the striking process, it can result in an off-center design. This type of error makes the coin look unique and is highly collectible. Double die errors. This happens when the die strikes the coin twice, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. For a 1977 quarter, double die errors often show up in the letters or numbers, making them look thick or blurry. These are among the most sought-after errors for coin collectors. Clash die errors. If the dies that stamp the coin accidentally strike each other, they can leave an imprint of the opposing die's design on the coin. This makes each coin one of a kind and highly collectible. These minting errors make certain 1977 quarters rare and valuable to collectors, and if you happen to have one with an error, you could be in luck. As with all collectible coins, the condition is incredibly important when determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. A 1977 quarter in circulated condition will typically only be worth its face value, just 25 cents. However, if you have a high-quality uncirculated coin with no visible wear or damage, the value starts to climb. The most valuable 1977 quarters are those that are graded MS65 or higher, especially when they are proof quality or have a minting error. When it comes to proof coins, they are usually graded by their appearance. A proof coin with an S mint mark in perfect condition could fetch a much higher price than a coin with the same mint mark but lower quality. If the proof coin has an error or is in exceptional condition, the price could increase dramatically. So, how much could a 1977 quarter actually be worth? If you have a standard circulation coin, it may only be worth its face value, just 25 cents. However, if you have a San Francisco proof coin, or better yet, one with an error, you could be looking at a much higher value. The key to unlocking the full value of a 1977 quarter lies in its condition, mint mark, and any rare variants or minting errors. Proof coins are worth much more than regular circulating quarters, and coins with errors are highly prized in the coin collecting world. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you have a 1977 quarter in exceptional condition, or better yet, a proof coin with an error, you could be looking at a value of $65,000, yes, you heard that right, a $65,000 quarter. It's hard to believe that something as small as a quarter could hold so much value, but with the right combination of mint mark, condition, and rarity, this coin could be worth a small fortune. So, next time you're going through your coins, make sure to check your 1977 quarters carefully. With a little luck and a keen eye, you could be holding onto a truly rare and valuable piece of American history. If you found this video helpful and exciting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on more coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.